president. Yeah, some people I mean they are victims of waiting at the crimes we RUF been commit. They all express them crimes and the Augustine Baona RUF and have been big commander. And we don't serve as commander na Kono, we don't serve as commander na Makeni, we don't serve as commander na Kailan. So therefore na big person inside RUF, therefore it be a greatest responsibility for the crimes we RUF commit.
So we steady come.
Therefore, again, 3 months let it go through training from the time when the president don't approve them, and at this month the president approve them. So in the next 3 months, it will undergo training them for telling within international humanitarian law, for making understand for say, for recognize and accept the verdicts where the courts give. Therefore, make let it know say when it come enough for confront witnesses, enough for involved in any public meeting, enough for participate in any politics. And of course, enough for commit any crime under Sierra Leonean law. So all that one and they go for tuition and force in 3 months. So let us say 3 months from now, it will be in December it will come.
Well, that's Patrick Fatoma, the outreach focal person for the residual special courts na Salone. But they talk na that interview with Mange Mansari for sake of the condition them where they don't get Augustine Bao when I want and the people them been seen before the Salone 11-year war. As they can do imbalance 8-year jail term na the country Jason.
We continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring the program come to you this Monday morning. Mina Khadija Bangora
and Mabel Kaba.
We still get Commissioner Victor Lansana, we are the Vice Chairperson for the Human Rights Commission at the studio, as we talk about the Universal Periodic Review Consultation, where the Commission they do now, where they get for present to the Human Rights Council for watch at the human rights record of Salone. Let we talk now about the consultation we wanna do with different CSOs them. Also wanna look at the recommendation the way the states be accept and later put together a report wanna get for submit to the council. What in being on a main targeted area them during this consultation the CSOs?
All right, yes. So we start the consultations now, at the western area. Around the maybe 2 days, the 25th and 26th of August. So we actually beget people from the civil society organizations. They actually focus, they work around human rights, and so we also beget representatives from MDAs, ministries, department, agencies, and then of course media reps and BDD as well. So once we do an IR, there are 2 days there. Then we go also get a similar one at the regions them. So we're gonna Makini, we're gonna put local, and we able for also engage the people down there. So basically, the consultation centered around the recommendations that we government be accept, and we solicit and views them as to what the things the government don't do over the period of these 4 years for ensure say they address those recommendations and we. The council begin. And so normally we go for look at they will go for tell we say government don't put in place legislations, for example, laws or policies or the physical infrastructure itself in terms of actually implementing recommendations. And they will go further for tell we say, oh well, government actually don't do much in this area, and so we recommend say governments do A, B, and C, ensuring that at the end of the day the recommendations them they are put in effect. So it's very important that we actually get these people for talk to we for me and tell we waiting on the observations over the years, because at the end of the day we want to put out a report we credible, we say we don't get diverse views them from the country.
For talk to the CSOs, they will give a genuine recommendation or waiting them feels that the opinion about human rights situation at the country now one. For let the commission ensure say when include some of the opinion them or waiting them feel safe for happen at the reports now too. How now go ensure say this particular report when they work on now be inclusive?
Well, see, the Human Rights Commission an evidence-based institution. So, and this is not a research document. And man, you only get the opportunity only for write 5,000 words. At the end of the day, not boku. So now a summary of what you don't observe and over the years. So, we don't go spend money for we engage those people. at the end of the day, will not factor in the observations. And when I tell you about evidence-based, this is not factual something. If government don't do A, it's very obvious that let me see the evidence. If now law is say government put in place, say for example the Sexual Offences Act in 2012, but government takes steps then for review in 2019. Give we the amended act.
I ask you that question, the commissioner,
yes.
Because lately we don't listen to people they point finger on a commission say una not don to they come out for say things the way they have about human rights violation, or maybe if una they come out and talk safe now we things then don't happen for long, CSOs then don't go do their own investigation and bring out a report before una the state own commission responsible for human rights issues and come out and talk.
I mean, that anybody will hold that perception, the very erroneous perception, very wrong, because the Human Rights Commission, I mean, from we, at least this new set of commissioners and take up office in April 2019, we don't make voice known, we don't put out with statement them, I mean, on all human rights issues then nationally, and so we have been very consistent, and anybody who hold like such kind of opinion now one we really fallacious, I have to say. But then, you know, sometimes people they want to follow Human Rights Commission act rashly. We know to civil society organization, you know, with all due respect to we partners them, we value partners in civil society organization. We na evidence-based institution, so what do they do? We just wash into making statements because sometimes things that happen, you just want once you come out and say something. But we ensure say we consult, we ensure say we engage, we ensure say we get with evidence so that we put out reports. I mean, there has never been a time when we don't put out a report. I mean, since April 2019, we say anybody who can talk say, oh, this report will not put to a wrong, or the fact the issues are not addressed. I mean, they're not factual.
Most of the issues them don't come out from CSOs them, waking them inside most of our reports them, especially after certain incident then don't happen.
So yes, Kadia, so the issue is the modus operandi we civil society they use is not the same with the Human Rights Commission. I mean, one civil society organization, for example, just one person go just lock inside a room and do a report, put her out. As far as it's concerned, a report. But we, as the commission, we have to consult. In fact, we have 5 commissioners. So for them to put out a report, now something go for need for a research well and sit down and agree. We get to staff them, management, get an opinion on those issues then before we put it out. So we don't just grab and put out something. I mean, with all due respect to partners them. So we not so really operate actually. So in this particular process, and we very grateful in fact to UNDP and Irish Aid, Irish Embassy, I mean, both of them don't support this commission and this particular UPR consultation, and they actually sponsor them. So we're not going to go through all of that. Then, I mean, we can't sideline the facts then. No, we go for ensure say, and that is what, in fact, everywhere we went, we emphasize them. We want credible information. We want facts. At the end of the day, we put it out. Nobody will go for challenge we. And that is what we have been doing. All reports then nationally, for example, when they do now, one the way factual, I mean, nobody don't go for challenge
and
them.
Evidence based.
They are very, very much evidence based. So, and that is what we continue to do, even with this UPR reports we go for present at the international stage.
So quickly before we take a look at messages them, because at the end of the day, when I get forget on your reports and the government
exactly.
and in particular self get forget their own reports, the Human Rights Commission and the government's reports, it can be the same.
I'm not sure. Say, I mean, number one, now on the recommendations then. So it's quite different. What do they put out? Now one way government don't get any knowledge over. Now one government don't get any, I mean, command over. So what in government they put out, now they national reports on behalf of the states. So it's quite different. So if government said this, probably, I mean, on some issues then we could probably, I mean, coincide. If, for example, the government say they don't amend the Sexual Offences Act, there is no other way we go put them. Indeed, they don't amend that.
Right.
So sometimes it could be, I mean, some issues them they could be the same. In some other cases them they could be quite different because they look at them from that point of view side, and that make could engage. I mean, very objective, very credible, and put them out, and we believe say at the end of the day it go able for actually stand the test of time.
All right, Mr. Lansana, let we look at people and views there now, whether they don't send through text messages them, maybe.
All right, the very first one they look at the person they say, Mr. Commissioner, what have you guys done in putting a halt to the too much violation of human rights going on in the country?
This one, they say the Human Rights Commission, as currently constituted, is not fit for purpose, as is evident from the conversation this morning. And with all due respect, the Universal Periodic Review is the business of government and not the Commission. Sierra Leone has become a bearing ground for human rights in the last 2 or more years. What a shame it come out from by Carbon alone, sir.
This other message they ask, say, can the commissioner please state where the public can get access to the reports they submit to the United Nations? Now, question what the person they ask.
This one, they say doing recommendation on the human rights issues is good because it will be a guide to government. Just that it is disappointing when the Human Rights Commission was silent about unlawful human rights violation that was committed. They come out from Mystic Nadwazak.
This other one say, how will someone get access to justice without no prejudice?
This other one, they say thanks to those who are complementing the efforts of President Bio flagship program in the country. Now, Amara Alpha and Freetown, they send this message.
Alright, this other message is say, a few weeks ago, Mr. Lansana was asked who should be responsible for what happened in Makeni. His reply was the minister. If the minister should be held responsible, was that belief also in your findings on what happened?
This one is a Mr. Commissioner Lansana. What is your percentage in terms of human rights in the country? It come out from Kalamuna Pastival Street.
Alright, the final one when we will look at this point, the person said, Mr. Vice Chair, you said there is a space, but where is the space without issues, with all the issues that are happening in the country?
This one they say, sir, what are the success stories of your commission since you were appointed with other commissioners? All right, one more message. We are going to the program and we will come to Commissioner Lansana for response. This one they say, Mr. Commissioner, what are some of the success? Okay, I think I don't read this message. Well, from there we come back to a studio guest, Commissioner Lansana, for let go respond to some of the text messages there.
Okay, thank you very much. So I want to use the opportunity for thank all the